Happy Saturday.
Hi, good morning.
Oh, you gotta be a little more peppier than that.
Well,
Come on now.
still early.
Early is 9 o'clock in the morning. We try to do this late enough to where most of you are up and awake, but
Right.
yet early enough to where you're still lounging around and relaxing for the day before the kids get you running around 1,000 different errands and gotta go to this place and that place, gotta go to this store and that store, this special, that special. So
I'm sure that's already happening.
it could be for the early birds. But yeah, we're going to relax and take it easy, talk a little bit about real estate today. So thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Aaron Tuttle.
And Jody Tuttle
Yes.
of Team Tuttle Realty.
You got it. So you've come to the right place. We have a special interview today. Josh Alinger is from Win Home Inspections. He's going to talk about everything you could possibly want to know about the home inspection process.
Yes.
What to look for, red flags, what you need in their service, what they provide, and why you even need a home inspection at all to begin with. Right. There was a period of time where home inspections were waived. He's going to tell you if that was a good idea or not, and what can happen if you do waive it.
That's correct.
And then something does come up. So we'll dive into that as well. But first, real quick, before we get to that, we'd like to do a little look outside. It is 60 degrees.
Whoa, it's going to be a nice day today.
Hey, it's not a cold winter chill in the air anymore.
Right.
We're supposed to be really warm today. Got some sunshine coming through.
Yeah.
Then we have this weekend for us is the time of this broadcast is the old daylight savings time switch.
That's correct.
And so it's the whole lose an hour and mess up your body clock. Yay.
Right. Spring forward. That's right. And
Yeah.
don't forget, I always like to do a little friendly reminder
Yeah.
when you do the daylight savings time to check all your smoke detectors, change those batteries.
Oh, for sure.
If you have fire extinguishers, check to see if they're expired or they're out of date, whatever.
That's right. So, real estate world, as you guys have probably noticed, if you don't pay much attention, the numbers have been kind of bouncing around the
Yeah.
6.5% to 7% range.
Yes.
They went down again almost about another quarter yesterday on Friday.
Yeah.
So that's good.
nice.
Yeah, so they're hanging in there in the sixes.
That's right.
We'll see where this goes long term, but it's anybody's guess. Everybody's an expert, So most people do think they're going to go up. So kind of keep that in mind. So when it does come to, if you're sitting on the fence hoping they go back down, you may not want to sit on the fence. Take what you can get now, and you can always refinance later. A year or two down the road,
That's right.
when everything comes back to normal reality. That's always an option on the table.
That's right.
Okay, and then as far as home sales are concerned, we're looking at Edmond County. Just kind of give you an idea for our numbers.
Right. Edmond County?
Edmond County, Oklahoma County. I don't know what that's a misfire because it's still early for my brain to be working. Yeah, just plus I'm getting older, and COVID and all. So
Right.
everything just kind of not working so well. That's okay.
It. That's okay.
That's what the coffee's for.
That's what the coffee's for.
All right. So what are the numbers, Jody? Take it away.
So new listings, 194. So this is within a seven-day span. So within 7 days, 194 new listings. We've actually had 200 properties be sold. It's a huge number.
Yeah.
And 254 with pending contracts written on them. So pending sold. So what does that tell me? Tells me that there's lots of movement in the market right now.
Yeah, and just from what we've experienced, just from our end of things,
Right.
it's been interesting. The
Yeah.
price point between a home valued around $200,000 to $300,000, they're moving fast.
Yeah, with multiple offers.
Yeah, they're getting multiple offers, and they're still getting out of state, sight unseen buyers, where they're
Yes.
just snatching them up and paying way over what they were asked for. That does not mean that's a green light for you to go and ask more than what your home is worth. I'm just saying, so far what we've seen is there's a lot of competition for what few homes are available.
That's right.
And that may change as more homes come on the market. That may settle down a bit. But at least that's a good idea. So if you are selling now, if your home is priced right and it looks good, you did the
Right.
you did the repairs, you cleaned up, you spruced up. If you have it in a good looking shape, you'll be all right.
That's right.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. I've got my coffee. You've got yours.
Yep.
I don't know if Josh has his, but he may have already been awake and going the last 2 hours. We don't know. Good morning,
Right.
Josh. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Excellent. So, we're here with Josh. He's going to tell us everything about home inspection. So if you're just now joining us, that's our topic of the day. So we like to do a topic every week that provides value for you so that you know some of the ins and outs in the whole world of home ownership or in the side of real estate when you're going to buy or sell a home.
That's right.
So Josh, just tell us a little about yourself and where you're from.
So Josh Alinger. I'm from here in central Oklahoma. Grew up in Noble. moved all around the place, but native Oklahoman. I spent a few years in the U.S. Navy, got out and got into the oil and gas world like many do in this area. After some time there, I decided it was time for a change, and we opened up Wynn Home Inspection right here in Central Oklahoma.
Good. So how long have you been
Awesome.
in business then?
So I've been in business here for 2 years, since 2021. When Home Inspection was founded in 1993, we have about 270 locations across the United States. So,
Okay, good. So the company's a very large company all across the U.S.
Right.
So they've got a lot of history and a lot of great reviews. I looked at some of the ratings on there, and they're top notch. They're in the 5-star category.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So tell us why I should get a home inspection.
there's lots of reasons, right? So a home is probably one of the biggest purchases we make in our lives. For a lot of people, it is the biggest purchase. And, a home inspection is just going to go through the general condition of the home and save us some money. A good stat that I've read before is, the average home inspection saves somebody about $14,000. So whether that's pending repairs or, preventative maintenance or, negotiation price on the sell price of their home.
Okay.
So there's lots of savings. That's probably the biggest reason, right? And the second one is, health. So when you get a home inspection, part of that is, safety hazards and health hazards around the home that maybe you might not notice. And so it could save you, a trip to the doctor or some health risks.
And that kind of ties into what happens if you don't get a home inspection. So if you waive that process, how are you left, naked, so to speak, as to what could come up?
Sure. So if there are things that maybe you notice after you close, you're kind of stuck with that bill. You're stuck with that, that risk, I guess. So I like to say a home inspector's job is risk management. And, if you didn't do the proper due diligence on the home and then get your risk assessed, you're left with that risk.
And I think, we talked about it before. We're only talking a few $100s, which in theory can save you up to, like you said, $14,000, based off of costs of what can go wrong.
Yes, absolutely.
Sure.
So in the process, when should someone get a home inspection?
So probably what everybody's familiar with is, when a home goes under contract, a buyer would order a home inspection. That's just one time to get a home inspection. Here we offer pre-listing inspections, which is great for a seller, right? The seller can get a home inspection before they list their home. And then from there, they can, make all the needed repairs prior to going under contract. Another great time that we recommend is every 3 years as a homeowner. Just kind of a general maintenance. Let us help you make your maintenance strategy. And then we also offer health inspections. So annually come around and do just a home's general health. And if you are one of those people that waived the home inspection, then we can do a post-close inspection, and you may not be able to see the savings on your the contract or the sales price of your home, but maybe we can catch some things and get some preventative maintenance in action. Get too bad. So
you have options.
So there's
a lot of options.
Never a wrong time to get a home inspection.
Right.
And I guess that would tie into with new home construction as well, correct?
Sure. We do a lot of new homes. So I like doing the new homes. We like to package in, a pre-drywall inspection. And then, so that's before all the drywall goes up, we can really get a look inside in the bones. And then once the home's complete, just before closing, we can come in and do a final home inspection on the new construction. So,
do you notice, or have you noticed at least and you can throw out like a certain percentage, based off your personal experience on new home builds, of how many corners you may have seen them try to cut when it comes to the home inspection process?
So on new builds, a lot of people will say, it's brand new. I don't need it inspected. It's, but yeah, it just really depends on, builders and, especially right now, there's a lot of new construction. So all these construction crews, they're, job to job. And they might miss something. It may be, it's just, everybody's human. So, yeah, we see quite a few, you know, what we call defects, right, on a new home.
Okay. That's good to know.
Sure.
All right, what's
Okay,
another
so-
question everybody usually wants to know?
What should I look for in a home inspector? That's a loaded
Um,
question.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it sure is. So the first thing you can do is you can check on the Oklahoma CIB website. Make sure they're licensed, right? That's just like you would with a plumber or a roofer or anything else. You want to make sure that they're licensed. We are required to be licensed here in Oklahoma. The next thing you want to do is probably check out their website, scan through all the pages, make sure that they offer services that are going to fit your needs. Make sure that they have the availability that you need. So look at the reviews. Just the way you judge your everything else these days, right? Restaurants, everybody's going to Yelp, everybody's going to Google. So, but
Okay.
definitely make sure you're licensed, insured. Those are the requirements here in Oklahoma. So if anybody's operating without those, probably not the best home inspector for you.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So is there like are you regulated, I guess, under...
Yes, the Oklahoma
Okay.
Construction Industry Board, same as plumbers, roofers, contractors. Yep.
Okay. So then that would mean there's lots of extensive schooling and testing.
Yeah, you
You're
can't
regulated.
just you can't just go print out a certificate online and just go, that's it,
Right.
I'm going to inspect your home now.
Right.
All right, so listen, during this process, there's a lot of players involved, right? You have the realtor that's involved, you got the buyer, you got the seller. Who normally attends the home inspection, and what does that process look like when they do attend?
So generally, the home inspection is attended by, the buyer's agent and the buyer. I've been at home inspections where the sellers are there. I've been at home inspections where everybody's there. I've been at home inspections where I'm the only person there. But normally, it's the buyer's agent and the buyer. And I like for the buyers to be there. I like for them to follow around, ask questions. Again, it's their home inspection. I want them to get the most value out of it.
Sure.
So we like to make it a good time and have fun and check out the house.
And you don't mind them asking you questions along the way, correct?
Not at all. Not
Okay.
at all. It's their home inspection. They need to walk away feeling like they got some value out of this process.
And you learn a lot during a home inspection,
Sure.
I think.
Yeah. So I know you've covered some of this. This is kind of like the high points of what a home inspection typically covers.
Right.
So the home inspection covers the condition of the home and all of its systems. So interior, exterior, structure, heat and air, the electric system. So really just it's a non-invasive inspection. So we're not tearing apart anything to look inside of something. But if it's generally accessible, then we're gonna check the condition of the home and all its components.
This just dawned on me. I should have asked you this as a follow-up before. But have you noticed really a trend? In other words, let's say someone says, well, my home is new, right? It was only built 2 years ago. So it's not like it's a 20-year home. So I'm probably fine. Can you still notice problems in a 2-year-old home?
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely. So there are some homes that are brand new that will have a longer list of items found than a 20 or 30-year-old home.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Okay. Now, is that
Okay.
related more to, and a lot of things are obviously electronic driven, and, we get a lot of stuff overseas, so things aren't made as well as they used to be.
Right.
So in the electronic department, you have power supplies that aren't as good, capacitors aren't as good. So is it some of those items, or is it just pretty much anything and everything?
Sure, it's just a little bit of everything, and that's not always the case, right? Sometimes a new home is in really good condition and everything works as it should because it's all new, and that's the hope, right?
Right.
But there are times that, and other times, I'll go into a 20 or 30-year-old home, and it's been just immaculately taken care of. I've seen homes where the sellers had, maintenance Bibles, if you will, built for their home, and every time they took a trip to Lowe's, they saved that receipt, and so they present that, and that is that is incredible. Where they have every shred of documentation on the home, and so it could be a 20 or 30-year-old home with very little to see. It's all proper and working, and people do the correct maintenance on their homes. So
I love that. When I go into the list of a
yeah,
property and they've got all their
yeah,
records neat and tidy, it's like, yes, thank you. It just makes it
Well,
easier.
sure, because let's say you get something repaired, say like it's termite damage, for example. So maybe you can
hmm
even touch on this. So let's say the home had termites, and they said, well, "Don't worry, we took care of it." Now, when you're the buyer, like, well, what does
Right.
that mean? Who took care of
Right.
it? How was it
What did
taken
you
care of?
do?
Yeah, how much damage was done? It's been covered up now. So do I? Is there any structural damage? Will I ever know? So can you touch base a little bit on that process?
Sure. So we hear it all the time. Oh, it doesn't need a termite inspection because it's been treated for termites. Well, that is, where was it treated? Was it treated for the entire home or just one area where termites were found? Um, most lenders, I think, or most deals here do require termite inspection in Oklahoma, anyways. So we always bring our termite inspector along with us.
Okay.
But
Oh, good.
I think it would be a huge mistake to not get that inspection, just because.
Right.
Absolutely. I agree. So, on average, how long would a home inspection take?
Just generally, as a good rule, probably between 2 and 3 hours. That could depend on the size of the home or the age of the home.
Okay.
That could depend on any additional services you get, and just sometimes the condition. For example, I had a home just recently. It was a large home, 4,800 square feet, and they had the child safety plugs in every single outlet, and it. Oh, got to pull them
Right.
all out, put them back in, and it's. I feel like it added hours to that inspection. It's just
Oh my gosh.
Right. I
Sure.
believe it. Okay, well, regardless, I guess, of the size of the home, or maybe there's a little bit of a spread in that. What does it cost,
sure.
on a typical home, or if you have it like even, something larger, is it the same cost, or how does that work?
So it is typically $300 to $500 is a good price range for a home inspection, but it does the size and the age, and then additional services. So if you want the air quality, water quality tests, or sewer
Right.
scopes, or well septic, pool and spa, those all add costs. Um, Here at Win, we like to package those things together, so
Hmm.
we can save as much money. So the more services you order through us, um, we like to save money. So the more we package, the cheaper it gets.
And you mentioned something
Right.
that triggered my brain there for a second, and I never thought to ask this before, but do you guys include? I know it's separate because I always wanted to do it myself, just as an afterthought, because I'm always curious, right? If you start getting allergies in the house, do you have mold? Do you guys provide that service, or can you outsource it, or how's that work?
So it's all done in house. So we take the samples. So we have really two methods of sampling for mold. So if we actually see the mold, we can take a surface sample. We can lift the mold off the surface and send it off to a lab for analysis. Um, if we can't see it, but the allergies are bothering you and stuff, we can certainly do an air quality test. So we'll take some
Mm.
air samples from around home, and then we send that off to a lab. And usually about 3 days, we'll get a very comprehensive report from the lab.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this: can someone contact you just to ask for that specific service only?
Absolutely, we do it all the time.
Okay.
Oh,
Excellent. I mean,
okay.
well, we need to get Josh out here.
I
I
think
swear,
so.
every time we take a shower, both of us, our noses are like, there's something in that shower. There's got to be. So yeah,
Sure.
we're. I like sleep
Yeah,
at night because I know there's mold back there. And mold's not funny,
after
man.
reading one of
Go
after
ahead.
reading one of these air quality reports that we get, you will be an expert on mold.
Oh,
There's so
nice.
much
Oh,
information in the report. There, it's incredible.
Okay. So, who pays, by the
okay.
way, for this inspection?
Generally, the buyer pays for the home inspection. Sometimes there could be some negotiated deal there, but generally it's the buyer on the side of the transaction. We offer pretty much any way that you want to pay us, we offer it. So cash, check, credit card. We also offer a free pay at close option at Win Home
Okay.
Inspection, so we can roll everything up into one bill, termite and all. and send it to the closing table. We don't charge any extra for that.
Okay, good.
So, if someone does a pre-listing inspection, is that as detailed as a home inspection?
It's the exact same
Okay.
inspection, the same template, same process for us. The
Okay.
nice thing about the pre-listing is you can kind of get out in front of those items like we discussed earlier. Um,
Right.
Also, we offer a service where we call it the Win 360 program, and we offer the virtual walkthroughs, so we can do a 3D virtual tour, 2D floor plans, and photography of your home. So if you get the pre-listing inspection, we offer that service for $150, which
Wow.
is super cheap for your photography. So you kind of get the home inspection, the photography knocked out in one, which is
I think you guys need to charge more.
That's
You're getting a lot of stuff, man, for really
right.
low cost. I
yeah.
mean, good grief.
Yeah, that's great.
That's excellent, though. Okay,
Yeah, absolutely.
so the next question.
Okay. Is an appraisal the same as a home inspection?
No, so that is a super common question we get. Um, People say, if I'm getting a home inspection, why do we got to wait on the appraiser? So the appraisal determines the value of the home, and that's for the lender, to determine if this is that's their risk management. The home inspector is the buyer's risk manager, and we determine the condition of the home. So we're there, for this snapshot of time, 3 or 4 hours, or however long we're there. We are collecting as much data as we can to pass on to the buyer, so they can kind of analyze their end of the deal.
Okay. And tell us what that looks like. When you're analyzing the home, you're collecting all that data. You're not necessarily you're not telling the homeowner this is a fail or I would buy this house.
Right. Right. So there's no grade. There's no pass or fail. I do get the question pretty much every inspection. Hey, would you buy this house?
Right.
And that's a tough one to answer, because I will never be the person to tell somebody, hey, don't buy this house or buy this house. That's not my job. It's not my job to determine what's important to you as a home buyer. My job is to give you as much information as I can, so you can make an informed decision on a huge purchase. So
Right.
that's what I like to tell everybody. I'm just here to overload you with information. You can decide, what's important to you. So
Have you ever run into a process where the home was just so derelict that you're like, I can't understand how this home's still standing up? Do you ever get that bad, of how many things are wrong? Have you just walked into a hornet's nest of just, oh, I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole, even though you don't talk, even though you're not in the business of telling
right.
the buyer that. I mean, have you seen that type of degradation?
Sure, absolutely. We've seen some pretty rough homes, and again, I think it's just the beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? So we just collect as much information as we can, and that report might be 70, 80, 90 pages long,
Okay.
but we give information as we can, and then that home buyer can make an informed decision.
And I guess it's a good point to bring out that even if you were to find a large checklist of items, it doesn't mean anything. It just means you're going to have to spend a little bit more maybe to get those things fixed. That's what flippers are around, right? They go in there to these homes
Right.
like I just mentioned to you. They gut them, and then they put in $30,000 or $40,000, and all of a sudden they turn a huge profit. So
Sure.
it's not
Sure.
like you're Mr. Bad News. You're just Mr. Direction.
Right.
You're
So
informing
it's
the buyer.
never,
Yeah.
it's never a good feeling, when a buyer gets one of our reports and says, "I just don't think this one's for me," because that's not what we set out to do. We didn't set out to crush your hopes and dreams. It's just unfortunately sometimes when you do read that report, you think, wow, I didn't notice that. I didn't see, this. I didn't when I did the walkthrough. I didn't see all this, this damage. And you're not going in the attic and the crawl space and stuff like that.
Right.
During a walkthrough like we are. So sometimes it can be overwhelming when you get that list, and it's a long list. And so I like to kind of walk people through that list and say, hey, here's some risk involved. And if they ultimately decide to walk away, that's, as a home inspector, it's not a good feeling being that guy. But it's also makes you a little bit proud that you just saved somebody a lot of money or a lot of heartache. So
Absolutely.
And I'm sure when they do decide to go ahead and do the home, their next question to you is, so, do you repair this stuff?
Sure. Um, so I get the question a lot, and it is against our code of ethics. So I cannot offer quotes for repair. I cannot repair it myself. It's against the home inspector's code of ethics, and yeah, it's just not worth it for us.
So when you do the home inspection and you're gathering all this information, how long for the report? And do you send that directly to the home buyers, or is the real estate agent involved? What does that look like?
Yep. So we get the report out generally same day as the home inspection. We have a 24-hour guarantee, but it's 99.9% of the time it's the same day. And that inspection report goes out to the home buyer and their agent. So they each receive a copy via email. And then if they want to further discuss, oftentimes we'll set up a Zoom call or something with everybody involved, and we can kind of go through the report with them. And just after the home inspection, we run through the highlights. Hey, here are the things that I found. But when they get the report, there's always a bit more detail than that little conversation after the inspection. So
Right.
I really try to make it where there are no surprises when you get the report. I like to make everything known at the time of the inspection.
Which
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So tell us about some of the services that Win Home Inspection can do.
So I like to say that when home inspection, we worked very hard to build the one-stop shop, really. So like I mentioned earlier, we did a listing photography, the 3D virtual tours. And so I like to say we offer a service for the entire life cycle of the real estate transaction. So we can take the pictures off for the new listings. We offer every home inspection add-on service that you could dream of. And all the way through, we have a couple free programs that come with every home inspection. And that is our concierge service. So that helps people set up all their cable, internet, utilities, security systems. A lot of times with great discounts. We also have a free lifetime appliance recall check. And so that'll make sure that all your appliances, if they ever go under recall, you'll get an instant notification, and we'll help you get that taken care of. So
Excellent.
lots and
That
lots
is
of
Yeah, and you did offer, so and you mentioned the pay at close. That was actually a pretty big deal.
Yeah,
So
pay at
because
close.
everybody,
Yeah.
when they go through this process, everybody has their hand out, right, and making money off this deal. And so you're like, good grief, I got to pay all these people just to get a home. So it's good that you can at least save a little toward the end, and get it all done at one time.
right.
Just
And
hold
then,
on to that cash process,
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, and okay, so you're all around the metro. Tell us how they can reach you and
Yep.
what areas that you cover.
Yep. So you can reach us. It's super easy. We try to make ourselves as accessible as possible. So we're on all the social media platforms, phone, email, website. You can book inspections right off the website. It takes just a few minutes to book an inspection. We try to make it as just painless as possible to get a hold of us and get our services, ordered. We service generally, kind of the central Oklahoma, OKC metro area, but it isn't uncommon to drive an hour and a half away for an inspection. We are licensed and we will go anywhere in the state, but generally stick around, the metro area. So.
Okay, excellent.
That's great.
All right, well, we just tackled a bunch of questions for home. I don't think there's anything left we didn't cover.
No, I don't think so.
Matter of fact, is there anything you can think of that we didn't cover to tell the audience?
No. I think we've covered it all. All the common questions that we get as a home inspector. We are here. We're like I said, one-stop shop, full service. If you have any other questions, just feel free to reach out to us. Like I said, we are accessible.
Right.
Okay, good.
Absolutely.
Well, hey, Josh, thanks for joining us
Yeah,
today.
thank you.
Yeah, I really appreciate your time and telling us all about the home inspection process and what people can expect.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
So enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and we'll talk again
Yep.
with you soon.
Yep, sounds good.
All right. So hey, that was really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
I love having these interviews because you can really see, what all is involved in the process, because there's a
Absolutely.
lot to take in all at once. You get flooded.
Yes, and it's very overwhelming
Yeah,
for a lot of
you're
buyers.
pulled in different directions. You're like, wait a minute, I got to do this and I got to
Yeah.
do that.
And we can also do the pre-listing inspection. We can mention it to our people that want to sell.
Yeah.
It's something that they would consider as an incentive now for the potential buyer.
Yeah,
It's already been done.
And I want to remind everyone that Josh is part of our preferred partners.
Yes.
So in other words, for Team Tuttle Realty, if you go to our website at teamtuttlerealty.com, the address there on the top right of your screen.
Right.
By the way, you can call and text us anytime. We have our preferred partners in this process because it is so overwhelming.
Yes.
And we are very high on trust, integrity, honesty, morals. We do not want to do business with anyone that is going to treat you wrong or treat us wrong.
Right.
We're not into that. And there's a lot of people out there that are unscrupulous, and we want to prevent that from happening.
Absolutely.
So our partners are those that we personally trust with our own situation, our own hands, our own homes, that we have relationships that we build with. So he's on there. It's home inspection. We also have lenders on there. We've got auto insurance, home insurance. The title company is a name you're never even going to hear until it's time to close on a home.
That's right.
We've got for repairs.
Yeah,
Remember,
TRs.
Josh can't do repairs, but we do have a contracting outfit that does. Heroes
Yeah.
will do that. He mentioned, warranties. And do you know you can actually get a home warranty for the lifetime of your home?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to have it just for the first year when you buy, and it covers all the major repairs. We've got ARW Home for that. Of course, when you move, you're going to
Yes,
need a
you need a
relocation
mover.
services. So we've got a mover for you. And of course, this is right here close to my heart. Storm shelters, right?
Right.
You're in Oklahoma. If you're coming from California, New York, you're like, what is the deal with these tornadoes? Well, Smart Shelters, I've done business with them for so long. Robin, my goodness, we go way back. So totally trustworthy, great equipment, great service. Roofing.
Yes.
You cannot live in Oklahoma without getting your roof replaced at least once, and that's
right.
that's being generous because of the hailstorms and the wind and that kind of deal. So Ferguson steps up for that process, and with that, sometimes use generator.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we get those storms that roll through here that can really cause some power outages. So it's always good to have a home generator if you can do it.
Yes.
So
backup. Yeah.
Yeah, Generator Super Center. We partner with them. And then the new thing is solar.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah, we are so excited.
Yes.
Dalton, we met him at the Home and Garden Show.
Yes.
And I was always a little poo-poo on the idea of solar. I really was, just because I'm like, come on, man.
Right.
Is it going to survive these hailstorms that we get?
Yeah.
That was my first thing. And then we had to come to Jesus meeting, and I was like, oh, okay then. It's on. So
There's never any issue.
no
hesitancy.
I'm pumped on the solar
Yeah.
energy deal. Gutters, we got you covered on that with Hero. Heat and air,
Oh, heat and air.
home comfort solutions. I've known John for a long time.
Yeah.
Landscaping services with Embrace the Landscape. Lawn care as far as getting those weeds under control. Because let me tell you, we've seen some homes where the prior homeowner did no
curb appeal,
no curb appeal, no nothing
maintenance,
to the lawn,
nothing.
no maintenance.
So we got you covered on both those.
So we got you covered there. And if you got some pesky critters like the termites, we got Aaron with Preventive Pest.
Yeah.
And home security these days is
Right.
huge, right? Everybody's got like a Ring doorbell, at minimum.
Yes.
But you need a better security system than that. And so we can hook you up there with cats. And then usually there's some little things that come along the way that you need a plumber for, or you're going to need an
Absolutely.
electrician. So we got Robert Baxter, electrician.
Yeah.
And this is right here is for you. Honestly, we had to go out and search because Jody's complaining about the hard water here in Oklahoma.
Oh yeah.
She's like, it's terrible for my hair.
And my skin.
I'm like, I hadn't even noticed it.
It's not.
Yeah, so she's like, no, we got to fix that problem.
Yes.
So we found Advanced Water Solutions, and so we're looking forward to working with them, just because of the hard water for you.
Yes.
But anyway, so hey, that's it's kind of our deal for today. Thank you guys for watching. So each Saturday we do plan to do this broadcast, a little coffee talk, and it's over things, topics that would interest you. And some of those will have live interviews with our partners that you can learn more about that part of the industry so you feel more comfortable.
Absolutely.
And anything else you want to say?
If you ever want to learn something or know something, reach out to us. A topic that you want to know more about, definitely dive into it, and we can cover it.
And a lot of times we even catch ourselves. We'll say it's always a good time to buy or sell a home, right? And in cases in a normal market, you're right. That is true.
Right.
This market's a little weird, and so it's kind of a deal where if you're sitting on the fence because of the way interest rates are going, it's one of those deals you may want to go sooner than later, just because the way the economy's shaping up. If you pay any attention to that sector, we're kind of on the unstable side. And so we'll have to see what the interest rates will do. But always keep in mind that if you do buy a home today and you're worried about the interest rates, once everything kind of settles, the dust settles,
Right.
you do have the ability to refinance.
Yeah, talk to your lender.
Yeah.
Reach out to your lender, find out what options you have, and don't let home ownership, the interest rates, don't let any of that stand in your way. You need to build equity in a property.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you never know where you're going to need it, because you're going to need it. You can pull it out for
Yeah.
repairs that you need. Maybe your car broke down. Maybe you have medical expenses. You can always tap into that equity, as a mini loan, as a mini borrow. Of course, you'll pay it back, but at much,
Right.
lower interest rates than you would if you put it all on a credit card or something else.
Invest in yourself.
Yeah, so you're constantly reinvesting in your own property.
Yeah.
So that's an option you can do with home ownership that you can't do with renting, because as they say, when you're renting, you're paying 100% of the
100%.
mortgage to somebody else.
That's
So
right.
you might as well pay at least part of it to yourself.
Yeah.
And
You're
that way
paying somebody else's mortgage.
you can use it later. All right, listen, we're out of here. It's been about 30 minutes, so it's time to wrap this thing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate you guys stopping by again. Reach out to us anytime, teamtuttlerealty.com. You can search for any home. You can put on your home. You can put the Joneses' home on there and see what's going on, how much their house is worth. You can compare, and then you can call us and text us anytime,
Yeah,
the
we
number
have
on
a
the screen.
Very interactive website.
Yeah, we do. We on everything you could do, and then we can set you up on a search where we can give you exactly your specific criteria, what you're looking for.
We have a buyer's advantage program that we offer.
Yeah, and you can go as long, as short as you want. If you're in a
Yeah.
pinch, we can jump on it quick. If you've got all year to look and you're just casually checking out what's in the area, you can set up for that way too. It's
That's
all
right.
good. All right, listen, you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks again for watching Team Total Realty Coffee Talk, and we'll see you on the next broadcast.
Bye.
Bye.